Hello, Tanny here from MySlope.com, here with another exciting launch. And I know I say this about all the tools that we launch, but all of them are really exciting. So we are launching the Sleeve Expansion Pack number 1. Just a little teaser, there's a second one coming, but we're gonna do one at a time. So the Sleeve Expansion Pack, in short, is we're adding sleeves to everything in the library, but you don't have to repurchase everything in the library. You just need one tool, and now this tool is going to work with all of the tools that you currently own. So very exciting. Not only is the Sleeve Expansion Pack packed with features, you can make up to 25 different sleeve combinations, and that's just with the options. We're not even factoring in how we can adjust our measurements. We're not even factoring in how we can change our negative ease and then also put positive ease. Don't tell anyone I told you that. So lots of options here. 25 different sleeve combinations in just the Sleeve Expansion Pack, plus the tools you already own. These sleeves are gonna lock right in, plug and play like a puzzle piece. I know that this has been requested. So for example, the open back halter top, I've gotten a lot of requests to add sleeves to that tool. So now your request, your dream has come true. So let me walk you through the tool, and then I'm going to show you how it connects with the other tools, plug and play. And another exciting feature of this, you don't even have to use base patterns that are MySlope to make this tool work. So for example, you got a Jolie pattern that's getting dusty in the corner, but you kind of like it. You could just measure the arm side of that Jolie pattern and then add a MySlope sleeve. You got a random block that you purchased, a dusty PDF. You can pull that out and throw in a MySlope sleeve. A random Etsy pattern, add a sleeve. So let's hop into it. As always in the tool, we have our profiles, and then we have our size tables. So fun addition to the size table is the men's regular measurements. So we got Missy Curvy, we got Missy Straight, we got girls 2 to 20, we got men's regular. Lots more size tables that I need to update, but it's on the list. And if you've ever started a chat with me, you know I got a list. It's on the list. So this is where we're at so far. Let's do Missy Curvy. Let's hop in centimeters. My Canadianness is showing. Okay, first option here, we could choose our sleeve length. So we can go cap, short, elbow sleeve, 3/4, and full length sleeve. So already off the bat, tons of options. So many possibilities. But now we combine that with our sleeve style. Oh my goodness, this is where the 25 number comes in. So we can choose bell sleeve, bishop, puff with the cap and the hem. I'm gonna open Clo in a sec, and I'm gonna show you what these look like. Puff cap, just the cap, negative ease at the wrist or wherever the sleeve is ending. And then we got our regular sleeve, so a typical so with the links. Okay, next thing, we have our front arm side and our back arm side, and then we have all our measurements here. Did I not? Oh, I gotta choose the size. Centimeters. Okay, I got a little frayed there. Okay, so measurements that we need is the same. If you have the dartless sleeve block, it's the same measurements that you would need for that. And a note here, the dartless sleeve block, still valuable. And this is also still valuable because you can have all the sleeve options. But if you want a clean, easy block to just work with and to start without having to go into different tools, the dartless sleeve block is still your go-to. So we got our bicep, we got our arm length, we got our wrist circumference, and we got our shoulder to elbow, and we got our main seam allowance, our wrist seam allowance, and our negative E. let's put a 0.64 here, and then we're gonna go with the 1 centimeter for our seam allowance, and then we'll go 12% for negative ease. As always, we have the, oh, not 10, not 213. Oh my goodness, 30% stretch. Let's say we're doing a modest 11.5. We got a 15% stretch. So we got our negative ease calculator right in the tool. As always, you can click on these little measuring tapes and they're gonna tell you what the measurement is and what you need. So let's hop into it. Oh, we didn't choose what we want to start with. Let's go full length, regular sleeve, classic shebang. Oh, but we have to plug in our front arm side, back arm side. Tanya, we gotta figure out how to use the tools. Okay, so this is where the magic comes in. This is how the sleeves are gonna connect to all the tools you currently own, all the tools you currently own that are MySlope, and all the tools that are not MySlope. So I'm gonna hop into the open back leotard pattern really quickly and show you how these tools will now connect together. So let me just grab our Missy Kirby, our size 6, and then we'll do centimeters, and then we'll leave everything else default for our main seam allowance. I'm just gonna speed through this and go 0, 0, 0. Let me just add the same seam allowance. Okay, so we're in the open back leotard tool, and now what I've added across all of the tools are an integration key, and the integration key is the key to connecting all your tools together so they really plug and play like puzzle pieces. So we're gonna grab our front arm side length and our back arm side length, and we're gonna go plug it into the tool. So the reason why also these measurements are separate instead of just one arm side is so the seams are balanced. So front arm side 2417, and then our back arm side is 2203. And then it generates. So here we go. We got our full length normal sleeve here, but also integration within an integration. Our integration key, our cuff length, we can plug this into the collar tool and generate, well, depending on what you want to do, you could generate a really nicely fit cuff. Or what you can do is you could just take that cuff length, that 12.68, and then cut out a rectangle strip of fabric if you want to do the puff at the hem. So to really do that gathers, if you want to finish it with a cuff, you could do that as well. If you want to do some color blocking, I got the integration key set up ready for you here. And then the pattern options, we did full length, regular sleeve. So that is a classic shebang. And if we hop in here to my Chloe model, she is looking beautiful in a dress tool that, just a little teaser, this is what's coming up. And she is wearing the regular sleeve. Let's speed through how we can create different versions of the sleeve, a regular sleeve right away. So let's go cap sleeve, submit, download, cap sleeve. Let's go short sleeve, submit, download, short sleeve. And then let's take it to a 3/4 of an inch. Oh no, not 3/4 of an inch, 3/4 of the arm. And there we go. Okay, let's see what some of these other options look like. We're just gonna go full length sleeve for now. We're not gonna get too fancy with it. So let's do bell sleeve. We'll keep everything full length for now. Bell sleeve. We see that at the wrist, we're getting some volume, but at the shoulder, it's gonna be a bit more fitted. And then I hope as I'm demonstrating this, the juices are running. The juices are flowing, not running. And you're thinking about all of the costume ideas that you can implement and all of the stoning, the mesh, Beautiful. Okay, so bishop sleeve, we have a little bit more room to play in the bicep area, but it's going to connect to your arm side, which has the negative ease. Yeah. So let's go into puff cap and hem. And then this is where we're getting volume. So we're gonna get volume in the arm side, which we're gonna have to gather to fit into our arm side. And then we have volume at the wrist. And then I think our final one, oh no, puff at the cap. So puff at the cap. Yeah, I did, because I showed you the regular sleeve. Puff at the cap. And then it gets a little tight at the wrist. So you have that. And with these sleeve options, we could change. Let's go to the elbow. There we go. Puff at the cap, little elbow. Okay, let's hop into Clo and see how some of these look. And yeah, so you can combine any of the sleeve styles with our sleeve length, and the world is your oyster. Truly, truly. So we have our regular sleeve. It's our bishop sleeve, so we have a little bit of more girth around the bicep. We got that length going on at the wrist. So we got our puff at the cap, puff at the hem, and with the integration key, we can have this beautiful volume sleeve moment. I know that the juices are flowing on what opportunities for costume design we can. How beautiful is that? What an outfit, what a costume, but also, is this not the cutest look? Maybe with the matching sleeves. The world is really your oyster when it comes to this tool and to the other tools. Just a quick preview. This is the direction that we're going with MySlope. So we have our base patterns. So our standard blocks, our patterns, our Leos, our leggings, our briefs, our bra tops, and they will all have an integration key to work with our integration tools, which will be the A-line skirt, our sleeve expansion packs, and our collar tool. For example, with the A-line skirt, you can kind of do you could integrate both tools together. But let's just say you are working on, I'm gonna pull up my open back example here. If I wanted to, let's say, add a mock neck to this, then I can take the total neck length with no seam allowance and use that for my bottom edge. So I'm gonna pull, I'm gonna pull up this tool really quickly so we get the idea. So I'm drafting in centimeters, top edge. Oh my goodness, where are we? I have too many things open. Okay. With seam allowance, we're gonna go total neck length with no seam allowance, which is 44, right, because I put it at 0. 44.26. So that is going to be our bottom edge, 44.6. Our top edge is going to be our neck measurement, 36.2. 36.2. Let's say I want to make it 5 centimeters, and let's just do a typical seam allowance across the board here, and negative ease. So that's just going to be applied to the top edge. So if I wanted to put, I don't want to choke out my dancer, so let's just put something like 4% to give it a little bit of a fitted look, but we're not like choking anyone out. And then I'm going to submit and then download, and then we see how now this piece, our collar tool, is working with our, where are we? Our open back Leo. And then our open back Leo is working with the sleeve tool. So everything is combining together to create one look. And this has been rolled out across all of the tools. So world is really your oyster. We got 20, not only do we have 25 sleeve patterns, we can fit it with any tool in the MySlope library. And added bonus, we could fit the sleeve expansion pack with any tool outside of the MySlope library, as long as you got the front and back arm side lengths, which you could do pretty easily. I have I don't have rope in front of me, but I have swimwear straps because obviously you could take a piece of string. If you have a paper pattern, let's say, piece of string, line it up with your arm side, and then just measure that string, and then you got the length. If you're working in Adobe, you could just measure the length and then plug it in, but world is your oyster because you're getting the MySlope tools, you're getting any other tool that you could dream of, you're getting self-drafted tools, you're getting Etsy tools, you're getting anything. Add sleeves to it all. And if you use negative numbers, you can add positive ease. I have not played around with it yet, but I have a roll of 10 meters of sweatshirt fabric that has been sitting in my storage locker for 4 years. That fabric stash is gonna be put to work, let me tell you. Okay, I'm very excited for you guys to play with the tool. It is launching on May 7th. And as always, we're gonna have a launch offer, so get on the mailing list so you can get that launch offer. Comment, subscribe, link down below, send an email, show me what you make. Yes.